January can tend to be a very difficult time for many people. It tends to be the highest rate of depression, suicidal thoughts. It can be a time where people are just coming off of a difficult holiday season, or perhaps they're starting a new year and just feeling like there's so many things they want to do and they just don't know how to take those first steps, and that can be very overwhelming. I have someone very special with me today, and I want to introduce you to her now. This is Donna Goldberg. And Donna is with us as we talk through a grieving process, one that she and her family are going through right now in one of the most unimaginable ways. Donna has agreed to share her story, beginning with a strong and resilient family story, one that she would like to share with you, and in turn, some of the most recent tragedies that her family has endured. As you may know from headlines, Donna has recently lost several loved ones and family members in a massacre that occurred in Mexico. She's going to share that story with us now. And Donna, thank you so much for being here with us. And we'd like to hear what you want to say about your family.
I come from 5 generations of polygamy. And my parents believed in this principle. And my mother, I'm going to go back a little bit, she was born and raised in Utah. And her father had 4 wives at the time of her birth, and she's the 13th of 31 children. So it wasn't even an option for her. When at 16 years old, she became my father's second wife. And my mother ended up giving birth to 13 children and adopting a little girl. So mother to 14 of my father's 58 children.
Amazing.
My father fathered 29 boys and 29 girls. And we were all born and raised in Mexico. My dad went down there to practice polygamy without being arrested, because shortly, within a month or so after he married my mother, they raided the colonies, the polygamous colonies in Utah. My maternal grandfather actually spent 2.5 years in the state penitentiary in Utah for practicing polygamy. So that's just how I was raised my whole life. So my father married my mother in 1953, moved her to Mexico, like I said, on the LeBaron compound. He went on to marry a total of 10 different women over the years and fathered the 58 children, like I said, 29 boys, 29 girls. As you can imagine, having all these wives and all these children, my father was rarely home. He was always away. I'm talking for weeks, sometimes several months, 2 or 3 months at a time, working in the United States as a painter. And he would come home occasionally to see the wives and try to divide up his time with them. But we grew up mostly with our mamas, and they were the ones that taught us everything, and they filled the role both almost of father and mother, because my dad could not keep up with his time with all the women. So I got to see firsthand, being my mother's oldest child, her heartache, her loneliness. I mean, none of her physical, sexual, financial needs. We lived on a shoestring, a budget of nothing, and I grew up pretty much without electricity, plumbing, running water, most of my life. We drew water from a well, we baked our own bread, made clothes, and my dad would come home occasionally with truckloads of hand-me-down clothing from secondhand stores that couldn't get rid of it, so they would just give him all of these truckloads of stuff. But for us, when he would arrive, it was like Christmas. I cherish those memories, because when you literally have nothing,
that's everything.
It was everything.
Yeah.
So when I'd have men coming to me wanting me to become a second or third wife or become part of their polygamous family, I had, in my soul, in my heart, I didn't want any part of it. I ended up marrying a Jewish man from the city of Brooklyn, New York. We couldn't have come from clearly two different worlds.
Yeah.
And we were married for 28 years and had 4 children of our own together. Unfortunately, he passed from leukemia. This coming March 2020, it's going to be 45 years since I left my polygamous family behind. People always ask, do I stay in touch? Yes, all the time. We're very, very close-knit family. It's amazing how close we've all remained. I go back quite often to Mexico to visit my family. As you've probably seen on TV, there's two different colonies, towns in Mexico. The LeBaron colony that was founded by my grandfather and my dad and uncles back in the late 40s. They started that. And then there's another town in Sonora, Mexico, which is another polygamist town, and they've been there for generations also. It's a 4-hour drive distance between each town, but a lot of the families from both towns have married. The LeBarons married the Langfords, and I haven't taken account lately, but there's at least 15 to 20 marriages that have taken place between the LeBarons and the Langfords. Beautiful people, hardworking. I can't say enough about my family. They grow pecans, they're farmers. Some of my brothers raise cattle, plant beans, wheat, chili. They rotate, what they plant, but just hard workers, and they provide a lot of jobs for the Mexican people down there, and they're loved. And I was just down there in this past May. The tragedy that just took place in Mexico, I lost 9 immediate family members on November 4th, which is a day I will never forget. Nobody will ever forget. I was with my youngest daughter here in California, and we were cleaning up some garage sale stuff in her yard when I got the call, one of my sisters, and she was just anguishing and told me that my sister-in-law and my nephew's wives had left with their children to go from Sonora, the town of Sonora, to travel to the town of LeBaron. And they had gone in like a caravan of 3 of them because they felt safer. Over the years, people have started traveling like that because of the cartel. My namesake and sister-in-law Donna and her 9 children they couldn't locate him. And then my nephew's wife Christina with her baby Faith, and then Ronita with her twins, her baby twins, that I promise you I held in my arms this past May. We were so elated to think she'd had baby twins, and I have pictures of me holding the twins and her 4 kids she was traveling with 2 of her. She had 7 total, Ronita, but she took the 2 older ones to help her with the twins while she drove the 4 hours. Well, so they were unaccounted for, and long story short, within just a very short period, I got a phone call back that they had found Ronita's car on fire and that they had been burned to death. And so we were just I can't even tell you, I just fell to my knees, envisioning the worst for the other 2 caravans of people. And for 8 hours, we don't know what's happened to Donna and her kids or Christina. By the end of the night, 9 of our family members were brutally murdered. It's just been devastating. Between the 3 women, 20 orphans because Donna had 13 children and Ronita had 7, and Christina is left with 6 children with no mama. They found baby Faith alive in her car seat, and that was like a miracle and a half. It's been the worst thing we've ever suffered, ever. We lived in fear years ago because of a crazy uncle, that Ervil LeBaron, and that's a whole nother story, but that happened almost 50 years ago. So when this came up on the news, people were trying to focus on, there's always been violence and they're this and they're that, and it was just heart-wrenching. Many people have reached out in love and support, and these orphan kids do have a huge support system because we are all about family. It's only been our faith that has got us through this. I've been having night terrors just out of nowhere. It's awful, especially when it's gone to I ended up on the floor at 3:00 in the morning, bleeding because I hit my nose and almost broke it on my nightstand. And I dreamt that I was on an ant bed being attacked by these huge 1/2-inch, almost burgundy black ants. So I was flailing my arms, and all of a sudden I'm on the floor at 3 a.m, completely bleeding, in pain, and going, what just happened? And I'm doing crazy things that it's scary. And I find myself talking out loud and waking myself up because, of being afraid of things.
Donna has shared so much about her own personal story of grief. It's unimaginable what she and her family are going through. Perhaps you have also had an unimaginably difficult time with a very deep and painful loss. And so if that is you, then I'd like you to also get into a very comfortable position now, just as I'm asking Donna to do. I will be guiding you on a deeply relaxing hypnotic journey, one that I believe will be very helpful to you in this time of grief. And so please make sure that your body is relaxed and that your head, neck, and shoulders are well supported and well aligned. And let's begin. Okay, Donna. And now that you are in a very relaxed position, making sure that your head, neck, and shoulders are well supported, I'd like you to start with a very big, deep breath. You're going to draw that inhale all the way up to the crown of your head, and exhale slowly down through the soles of your feet and out. And again, as you breathe in and breathe out, you are aware that you are in a safe space and that this space is being held just for you. Just for you. That everything else that feels heavy and burdensome, you leave at the door. And while you are in this chair, you simply relax. In just a few short moments, your awareness will begin to change, and I want you to allow that. You're going to start to feel very, very heavy. There's a heaviness that builds with every breath you take, and you just lean into that now. And allow your body to just drop into the chair. And as you sink into the chair, you are more and more aware that you are going into a place of peace within. At the core of all that you are, there is so much peace. It is buried underneath the critical and conscious mind of the human body. But you yourself are a being of love and light and faith and peace. And this is the journey back to that knowing, to remembering who you are and the power you hold with the light you bring. And so as you breathe in and breathe out, as you focus on the rise and fall of your chest, it becomes easier to just go to that place you know, but have forgotten over time that you are a being of light and faith and peace. And it is in your peace that you hold the most power. The power to let go to let yourself just be where you are and know that it is okay not to have all of the answers. It is okay to wish things different. It is okay to be where you are, to feel as you do, and to need support, to need personal attention, to need deep, uninterrupted sleep. You are permitted and worthy of asking for these things. And so as you breathe in and breathe out, your thoughts bubble to the surface, but I want you just to let them pass right on by. Imagine that there is a creek bed, and your thoughts are like crispy leaves that fall on the surface of the water. And they just move right on down the creek, slowly, gently. You are standing on the bank. You are separate of your thoughts. You are aware of them, but you are separate of them. And you just let yourself drift deeper and deeper into the core of all that you truly are. Deeper into that calm and comfort. The comfort that you need when things are hurting and hard. And so before you know it, your physical body has become very heavy. Heavier from the very top of your head, down into your neck and your shoulders. A heaviness that rolls down your spine and around your waist and slowly into your legs, right and left, left and right. The right foot and the left foot and the right. Down into your feet, all the way into your toes. And you just let yourself be right where you are, feeling as you do. Letting yourself be right where you are. Giving yourself permission to just be. All you need to do right now is breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. The body is heavier and heavier. Heavier and heavier now. Sink into the chair. Sink into the chair. Sink. Sink. Sinking. Just let yourself be. Just let yourself be. As I count you from 20 to 0, you will feel heavier and heavier. Heavier and heavier now. I'm going to take your left wrist very gently, very relaxed now. And I want you to give me all of the weight of this wrist. Just give it to me. Even more now. Even more. 20. Very good. Getting more and more relaxed at 90. I want you to drop deeper into that comfort. As you do, the wrist is heavier and the body follows. 17. Very good. Heavier and heavier. That's right. 16. Even heavier. Let it go. Let it all go. Let it all go. Put it all into the wrist. Drop it right into my hand. I'm right here with you, Donna. You're not going through anything alone. Just let it go. Very good. That's right. 15. Let it go. That's right. Share it and release it. Drop it into my hand. I'm right here with you. It's 14. The physical body is following. It's ready to release the tension. Just let it go. 13. 12. You're not doing it alone. You have love and support. Very good. Nice and heavy. Giving it to me now. 10 is 9. Letting go. Drift and drop at 8. I want you just to feel yourself balance at 8. You're balancing the body from the head to the toes. 7. 6. Heavier sinking into the chair at 5. And yet there is a spiritual body that feels as if it is floating, floating. You are floating above, releasing, just gliding. You are free to feel as you do, and to know that everything is going to be okay, because you are always guided and protected. Always guided and protected. At 10 now, it's 9. Very heavy. At 8, dropping in. Now it's 7, going deeper. At 5, letting go. 4, sinking in. At 3 now. Peace within. 2 is 1. Very good. And at 0. Very, very heavy. Very, very heavy and relaxed. Heavy and relaxed. Heavy and relaxed. You're listening to the sound of my voice. Your body is very heavy, very relaxed and very calm. And I'm right here with you. My voice will ebb and flow, and you are relaxed more and more, drifting and dropping and letting go. Drifting and dropping and letting go. It's a wonderful feeling when you can just let go. When you, in this very moment, are here for you, and for no one else. This is for you. And that's okay. You'll be so much more useful to everyone when you put yourself in a position of caring and support. When you let yourself be in a moment of silence and peace. When you remember that this healing journey is important and you are being called to do it for your health and wellness, the time is now. And so you are prepared to allow yourself to release tension from your physical body, tension from your thoughts, your mind, tension. Let it go. Release it now. Give yourself permission to be in a place of clarity and calm. A place where you feel the confidence to know that the days ahead are going to hold you you are always guided and protected. That as you sleep at night, you are guided and protected. You are guided and protected as you sleep at night. I want you to envision that guides, angels, and ancestors are holding that space for you. As you sleep at night, you are guided and protected, knowing all is right and all is well. As you dream what is good for you to see, to explore, to remember. Your dreams are a place of positive exploration. Your dreams are a place of remembrance, of dreaming. Your dreams are good, and they are good for you and good to you. You are a good dreamer. You dream deeply, and you wake peacefully, and you sleep uninterrupted. Sleep peacefully. This is time for healing, a time for recalibrating the way that your body and mind are functioning, a time for Donna, for all that you give. Receive it back, deep into your heart, into your soul. Feel that each and every day is lighter for you, lighter on your heart, lighter on your mind, that each day ahead is your way forward, your way up, rising up, rising up. And as you do, you notice that you are in fact calmer each day, calmer with every breath, calmer with each night's sleep, more at peace, more relaxed, more assured that all will be okay. You will be okay. Your loved ones, their life, precious. The value of each and every one, immeasurable. Your love for them is beautiful as it ever was, and as alive as it could ever be. You love big, you love strong. Give yourself permission to be all that beauty, all that light, not just for those around you, but especially for yourself. That you love yourself so deeply, so unconditionally, that you will see yourself through this time of grief, that you will see yourself through allowing each step to count, each day to be its own, to allow time and faith to hold you and guide you. This is your way forward, and so it is, and so it shall be. You continue to feel relaxed and calm through the rest of the day and into the night and days ahead. This is the gift you give to yourself now, the gift that is yours to take. Take a deep breath now. And at 0, it's 1. Your body continues to feel heavy and relaxed. Your mind is deeply at peace, wonderfully calm. 2, wonderful sense of well-being. At 3, that you are held, guided, and protected each and every day. At 4, and at 5 now, your eyes are open. Take a deep breath for me. Very good, Donna.